first alert weather, and live local coverage. This is News 10 at 6.
Good evening. Michigan State University is once again looking for a new president. Samuel Stanley's resignation today makes him the third president to step down in the last 4 years. Now, that announcement came in a video posted online this morning.
President Stanley ripped into the MSU Board of Trustees, saying he, along with the faculty, senate, and student government, have lost confidence in the board.
The actions of the campus over the past month have shown the world that Michigan State University will not accept micromanagement by board members of the operations of this great institution, and that we will hold individuals, no matter what their rank, accountable for their actions.
President Stanley is talking about how the university handled Sanjay Gupta's resignation.
The former business college dean stepped down in August after he reportedly did not report sexual harassment in a Title IX complaint. News 10's Cody Butler starts our team coverage live from campus tonight.
There were reports last month that the Board of Trustees was trying to fire Stanley and find someone else to live here at Cole's house because of that investigation. That's around the same time that the Board of Trustees also hired an outside law firm to look at that Title IX investigation. The Faculty Senate sent a letter to the Board of Trustees asking them to stop. The letter says the law firm was targeting people who wouldn't have much knowledge about the situation. It goes on to say the board is harming MSU's reputation. The Faculty Senate went as far as voting no confidence in the board. MSU student government did the same. Stanley says in his resignation video,
"Grateful to have had the chance to serve with you over the past 3 years. And I know that you will continue to uphold these principles as you move forward into a bright future."
Last month, an MSU spokesman told me that the Stanley and the Board of Trustees were negotiating a new contract. Those talks are apparently over tonight with this announcement. Last year, Stanley's contract was extended into 2024. Reporting live in East Lansing, Cody Butler, News 10.
All right, Cody, thank you. So, what's the reaction from the MSU Board of Trustees after President Stanley's criticism?
For most of the day, it was silence, but just before we went on the air, the board put out a statement. News 10's Erin Bowling spent the day trying to track down individual trustees. She's live at the Hanna Administration Building tonight.
The board broke its silence with a statement that did not respond to Stanley saying he's lost faith in them. The statement says, quote, "The MSU Board of Trustees appreciates President Stanley's service over the past 3 years. President Stanley arrived at a difficult time and provided steady leadership to guide us forward while the entire world was experiencing severe disruption and uncertainty. The Board of Trustees will work cooperatively with President Stanley during the transition, and more details will be shared with the campus community as information is available." End quote. I spent the day calling, emailing, and knocking on the office doors of the trustees. Right now, the president's office is empty. The trustees are nowhere to be found. A few secretaries have told me the trustees are in meetings, but what meetings? We aren't sure. We're going to keep trying to talk to the trustees individually. The next Board of Trustees meeting is Friday, October 28th. Live in East Lansing, Erin Bowling, News 10.
And we mentioned Samuel Stanley is the third MSU president to resign since 2018.
The other two stepped down because of their handlings of the Larry Nassar investigation. Luana Simon resigned in January of 2018. The trustees publicly backed her during the Nassar scandal, but pressure from the faculty and the public got to be too much. She was arraigned on criminal charges, but a judge later dismissed the case for lack of evidence. Simon was replaced on an interim basis by former Michigan Governor John Engler, who lasted 1 year. He brought heat on himself by making repeated comments about the Nassar survivors, including saying they were, quote, enjoying the spotlight. Engler stepped down shortly after the board scheduled a special meeting to fire him. One trustee called his time as president a, quote, reign of terror. A gray fall sky as we look live from our US 127 sky cam tonight. Andy Provenzano is in the Weather Center with details of a very cold night ahead, Andy.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty chilly right now. We'll be in the 40s shortly, into the 30s tonight, and we're dodging showers all the while. Take a look at the satellite and radar. What was just spotty showers, mainly north to start the day. Now they're everywhere, and some pretty good downpours. I'd say 50% of mid-Michigan is going to get damp quickly. They're moving right by, but certainly if you're out this evening, you may have a few of those to dodge into the overnight. The Meridian Company Skycam and MSU got a few breaks here and there, but then you look at the Jackson Skycam and it's clouds back in and out, so it's a mostly cloudy evening. Readings never really got all that warm today. We're at 49 already in DeWitt. It's 50 in Jackson. The colder weather just pouring in. Ironwood 39 degrees and they had snow. So the colder weather is going to win out here the next several days. Get used to this kind of pattern because it's around. Got a chance of a shower almost every single day in that 7-day outlook. I'll show you in a few minutes.
And I stand with Kirsten.
They describe themselves as progressive women. They are against Proposal 3. That's the reproductive freedom for all proposal you'll see on the November ballot. It would guarantee the right to an abortion and contraception. The women at this rally say it would put women at risk by letting abortion clinics regulate themselves.
We need to see how we can support women, how we can say when a woman has an unplanned pregnancy, what on the federal, state level is available to her to provide that assistance. You know, support the pregnancy assistance facilities who are providing, you know, job training, housing, also to support to give her a real choice when faced with this unplanned pregnancy.
Proposal 3 would override the state's 1931 abortion ban. Right now, prosecutors cannot enforce that law. A judge has issued an injunction while a lawsuit works its way through the court system. Mid-Michigan's largest school district is getting $1 million to make sure its students are safe. The money is coming in the form of a grant from the U.S. Department of Justice. The money will be used to provide ALICE training for students and teachers to prevent an act of violence. ALICE stands for Alert, Lockdown, Inform, Counter, and Evacuate. The grant will also help pay for the RAVE app that connects school staff to first responders.
It's no fun celebrating Halloween in the hospital, but today young patients at Sparrow got a spooky surprise to get them in the Halloween spirit. Spirit Halloween came to the hospital bringing costumes for the children to pick out for the holiday. Everything from Star Wars to The Flash. Sparrow employees handed out candy bags, activity books, and other goodies. Spirit Halloween's district manager says giving out these costumes and seeing all the smiles is a real treat.
This is our way of giving back, and the kids are the heart of our company. And so, like, we take this very personal and just take it to heart, and we want to make the hospital less scary for kids and their family.
Spirit Halloween's charitable foundation raised more than $678,000 to help kids in hospitals celebrate Halloween.
A cold and cloudy day at the Horticulture Gardens on MSU's campus, but that didn't stop some kids from enjoying the scenery there. Andy's back after the break with our fall forecast for Friday and the upcoming weekend. Plus, we're continuing to follow today's big breaking news from the MSU campus. The MSU Faculty Senate reacts to the abrupt resignation today by President Samuel Stanley.
And here's a live look at your First Alert traffic. Things looking good as the evening commute winds down. We will be right back with more News 10 at 6. When President Samuel Stanley said he'd lost confidence in the MSU Board of Trustees, he was echoing the sentiments of the Faculty Senate.
The Faculty Senate passed a no confidence vote on Monday. One Michigan State professor says today's announcement was shocking after Dr. Stanley's leadership during the COVID-19 pandemic. News 10's Tanaya Jordan is live on campus right now with the faculty reaction to Stanley's resignation.
I spoke with faculty members today. They basically told me they're disappointed that this is the outcome. President Stanley was the third president of the university within the last 4 years.
My first reaction is disappointment. I think I have a little bit of empathy for anybody, whether it's Governor Whitmer or President Biden or even President Trump, in this case President Stanley, anybody who governed during COVID times, the difficult decisions that nobody's ever had to make before.
Michigan State Professor Mick Epps also says he's disappointed that the university, quote, is not over the political infighting, unquote. Live in East Lansing, Tanaya Jordan, News 10.
Tanaya, thank you. The Faculty Senate is made up of representatives from each college at the university. It makes recommendations to the administration on things like curriculum, tenure, and salary.
Well, turning now to our weather forecast. Fall weather comes blowing into mid-Michigan today with a vengeance.
Yes, with a vengeance, and the chilly temps here to stay for
no
a while.
70s, no 60s today. The 50s, be the 40s. I know where it's in the mid-60s right now.
Where?
My house. I still haven't cranked the furnace up all the way,
is
but
that right?
we're all going to have to do that before.
Okay, right.
We're going to talk warm, though, right away.
Good.
Something in the tropics. Take a look as we want to focus in on what is Carl, Tropical Storm Carl, quickly moving off to the south. If you haven't heard about Carl, formed the other day and was headed north and then reversed its tracks. You see that path there when it first formed. Last night it stopped and went the other way. Now it's going southeast and picking up speed. Only 45 miles an hour. It's going to go right through parts of Mexico and rain itself into the mountains and will not affect our country, but just want to keep you updated on what's going there. For us, we had a few showers to start the day, a couple big breaks, and now it's sprinkles, it's light showers, and there's some pretty decent showers off to the west. They had even some thunder in there for a little while, so that'll be the deal. There's a system coming across the lakes, and with colder weather, this will continue, especially in northern parts of mid-Michigan, as we get a lake effect rain shower setting up throughout the overnight and early morning hours. We went way out on the satellite and radar to show you the moisture being fed up from not only the Gulf, but wrapping around the Atlantic and going into this big upper level system that's over us. And unfortunately, it goes this way as warm air and comes back this way as cold air. And that's what we're dealing with the cool air that's coming in tonight. Be another surge of it Sunday night into Monday, and it's going to be coming and going right through the next 7 days. This evening, we've got rain showers to dodge, especially in northern sections. And then overnight, with the wind direction, most of the lake effect rains are going to be to the north, but that would affect northern parts of mid-Michigan in the morning. Sun is out to the south. With the daily sunshine, we bring the winds down. Talked about this yesterday. More gusty winds tomorrow afternoon. Clouds will thicken up, but it looks like we're going to stay dry through the evening hours. So the homecoming festivities, you've got high school football games. The rain starts to move in around 9 or 10 o'clock, and then most of it overnight as this system goes by. The timing of that low moving through is pretty good because we'll get rid of the rain first thing on Saturday morning and then have a partly cloudy afternoon. Doesn't mean warm weather, but it means a little more sunshine, lower 50s, and still have to deal with the breeze, but you will not get rained on at Spartan Stadium or down there at the Big House in the early part of the afternoon. We go into our Sunday, not as much sunshine, we'll start clouding up, but still a partly sunny day. There is a cold front to the north that's going to bring down the coldest weather we've seen so far. That will get here late, so our Sunday looks dry until dark. And then it carries into Monday. Temperatures, well, 41 degrees by 10 o'clock, so we'll all know it. And we'll go through the overnight into the upper 30s. Southern sections will have clear skies most of the morning hours, so you may start at freezing. In fact, the counties in the far southern corner of the state under a freeze warning. They have yet to see those freezing temperatures. The clouds off the lake are keeping northern sections a little bit warm. Tomorrow we do reach the low to mid 50s, around 54, then cool down again as we go into Saturday morning in the lower 40s. So if you're an early tailgater, it'll be chilly. The high is only about 52 or 53 for Saturday afternoon. For tonight, we have early showers, 37 degrees. For tomorrow, could be a very early morning shower, especially north, 49 at lunchtime, and it'll be about 54 in the afternoon and evening. Rain comes in late. We're talking about after dark, and right now I think it's after 9 o'clock, so hopefully our evening will be just dry. The 7-day outlook, got showers late Sunday into Monday, and most likely rain and snow showers Monday night and Tuesday. When it's 36 at night and raining on Monday, I would imagine snowflakes will be mixed in there, and temperatures try to moderate at the end of the week.
You want to recalculate anything?
We always are. Unfortunately, the calculation keeps getting colder.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. All right, Andy, thank you. Tonight, we will continue our coverage of President Stanley's resignation announcement from Michigan State University. We'll be on campus hearing from student organizations about how they feel after learning their president is resigning. That's tonight on News 10 at 11.
The homecoming sports weekend begins tonight at Michigan State with 2 notable events. Tim has all the details next in sports.
Right now, concerning news about the flu as families face a double threat from the flu and COVID and alleged abuses by child welfare authorities, invasive home searches that advocates say violate people's rights on Nightly News.
Live from the News 10 MSU Federal Credit Union Sports Desk.
Good evening. The homecoming weekend begins with 2 home athletic events at Michigan State tonight. 16th ranked UMass Lowell will open a 2-game hockey series in Munn Arena against the Spartans at 7 o'clock. Spartans looking for their first home win. They have a 1-1 record after a season opening split against Bowling Green. Tonight's game is a big one, of course. Then the series finale tomorrow night's going to start at 7:30, half hour later. Coach Adam Nightingale looking for the same crowd support he saw in last Friday's season opener.
You know, the student section here, we're really proud of it. I think their support, they're passionate, they're there early, and they stay the whole game. You know, I think that's really important to our team. Our job is to give them something to get excited about, and we're working at it. A lot of people have come to Spartan hockey games for a long time, and I've ran into a lot of them in the community. I'm at the rink watching my boys play, run into them, and you can sense the passion for Spartan hockey, and for them to come out and support us, it's a big deal.
And again, at tomorrow night's game, 2007 National Championship team to be honored in the second intermission. The 15th anniversary year is here. Then head coach Rick Comley, who's now the AD at Northern Michigan University, he'll be here along with most of the players, and they'll be introduced at the football game again on Saturday. Meanwhile, Michigan State's now 15th ranked women's soccer team, fresh from this win over Michigan Sunday, hosting Indiana tonight. Bundle up if you're going, and the visiting Hoosiers, they're winless in Big Ten play. These Spartans of second-year head coach Jeff Hostler only have one loss in total so far this season.
Their mentality, their maturity through this, their professionalism in it has been remarkable. It's a really great group of kids. I think they embody what Spartans are. To be able to do it and get results and have the success we're having it's a lot of fun.
High school state championships will be contested across Michigan this weekend in boys tennis and in girls golf. And among area individuals in golf, big things expected from Okemos sophomore golfer Elena Lee, who has dominated the area tournaments this fall. Her 36-hole event will be played this weekend at Bedford Valley in Battle Creek starting tomorrow. And it would surprise few if this player ends up as an individual state champion.
I think golf is like a pretty important part of my life. Yeah, like I think these the two main parts of my life I think are just school and golf, especially during the summer.
If you're this good at 14, how good can you be by the time you're a senior, do you think?
I'm not sure. I'll just keep practicing and see how good I can get.
Big Ten football Saturday, Penn State at Michigan at noon, Wisconsin at Michigan State to follow. That's at 4 p.m. Michigan now ranked 5th in the nation, 6-0 after road wins at Iowa and here at Indiana this last Saturday. Hosting 5-0 and 10th ranked Penn State this Saturday in the Big House. It'll be the biggest challenge of the season according to the Michigan players.
We're excited for the challenge ahead. It's going to be a great atmosphere, maze out in the Big House, and excited to see us attack the challenge of a top 10 opponent this week.
Thursday, Stouts Rising Stars night. We honor a youngster just getting involved in organized sports. You can nominate someone at WILX.com. Here's the big guy tonight, Bobby Horton III from Olivet. He's in 6th grade, competed in track. He's been in the Junior Olympics, finished in the top 20 in the 200 meters in the long jump. Bobby Horton III also plays football, and good for him. We always honor a rising star. Thursday night, 6 o'clock. Right here, and you again nominate someone at WILX.com. Way to go, Bobby. Keep up the good work. Be a good student in school. Fred will be in here at 11:20.
All right, Tim.
There
Thank
you
you.
go.
Here's a live look from our Skycam over East Lansing, where today MSU President Samuel Stanley announced his resignation. You can find all of our extended coverage on our website at WILX.com. Andy's back with a look at your extended forecast next. A lot of people searching for those heavier coats.
Yeah, might be searching for the winter coat by tomorrow
yes,
morning.
Much heavier, especially as we go into next week. You take a look at the 10-day outlook. The other thing I disagree with the computer model is the fact that I don't think we warm up until we get after the 25th of the month. So you see the below average temperatures, but we go past that, and we do get a little bit of Indian summer coming in. I know that's like light at the end of the tunnel, and it's a long tunnel, but there is some above number temperatures coming our way after the 25th. Until then, what you see is what you get.
It's cold. All right. Thank you, Andy.
That wraps up News 10 at 6 for this busy Thursday. Thanks for tuning in.
We invite you to join us back here for News 10 at 11. Have a good night.